Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk, in which I'll sit on my butt. I think you're used to it. Kansas State wins this game 41-3 over TCU. A great performance by Kansas State, and while I expected this Walk and Talk probably be about the quarterbacks, and they were both good, it really needs to be about the defense because they were incredible, holding TCU's offense to 3 points. And in fact, they held them out of the end zone on the last possession of the game with the number twos or the backups on the field. Did a great job against TCU's first string offense. So it was an incredible defensive performance. And I want to give a shout out to Jake Clifton, who had to start at middle linebacker. He's played the outside linebacker spots quite a bit. He backs them all up, but he had to start at middle linebacker in this game, and he was outstanding. If you are curious about the quarterbacks, Will Howard won 28-13. There was 4 touchdowns for Will Howard and 1 touchdown with Avery Johnson in the game and 2 field goals. But overall, both quarterbacks were really good. And this game was good for Avery in the fact that TCU really challenged him, showed him some different things, took away his run, made him throw, and he threw it adequately well. Let's pull up their stats here. Will Howard is 10 of 16 for 154. Avery ended up 5 of 10. Some throwaways in there because he didn't have open guys for 90 yards. The running backs were fantastic. Trayshawn Ward went for 89 on 17 carries. DJ Giddens went for 85 on 9 carries, which is 9.4 yards. Now, this is the stat that's wild. Avery Johnson ran the ball 16 times, averaged 4.6 yards a carry. Will Howard, the throwing quarterback, ran the ball 4 times for 62 yards, which is 15.5 yards per carry. So there's a lot of things happening in this game that didn't quite, click the way we thought they would, but K-State did click. They looked good in all facets of the game, and they really knocked TCU on its heels. And TCU's an offense that wants to go really fast. And they ran 65 plays to Kansas State's 78. Kansas State's offense had 587 yards in this game. And that was after really backing off in the second half a little bit. 65 plays, 300 yards for TCU as they struggled to find anything consistent with redshirt freshman Josh Hoover on the field. He looked like more of a freshman this week than he did last week in the blowout of BYU. And K-State put them into longer third down situations, and they really struggled with that. They were 2 of 13 on third down conversions. K-State was 10 of 13. That was the strength of the performance here. This was an all-around great performance by K-State as the Wildcats moved to 5-2 and 3-1 in the conference, still in contention for a spot in the Big 12 championship, but a lot of work to do. Houston pushed Texas to the very brink, and the Cougars come in next week, and then you go to Texas. So there's some obstacles in this road, but if K-State wants to play like that, they're going to play with anyone in this conference. And I got to say this, looking at the quarterback situation, somehow this is working. They literally played every other possession. And it didn't really seem to disrupt them. In fact, it seemed to really kind of click with the offense. And they did, similar things, but also different things. They're different quarterbacks. Chris Kleiman talked about that. Changing those quarterbacks means you make adjustments for what they just did, but then you go out and it's a different quarterback doing some different things, and then you have to go back. And I don't think TCU really got a full grasp of everything they were doing because at the end of the day, the K-State offensive line owned this game, and they ran the ball extremely well. So just the fact that they were able to throw it around a little bit, but it was that rushing yardage that really added up for K-State. Let me see here. Rushes 52 for 343. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a sweet day at the office right there. If you're running the ball and owning the line of scrimmage and getting turnovers. Desmond Purnell with his first career interception. You had Jace Brown make his presence felt in this game, a freshman receiver, his first touchdown. Will Swanson, a tight end, his first touchdown. So this was a really good game for K-State. And if you're looking for solutions on the offensive side of the ball, I think this is the solution for at least now. Will Howard and Avery Johnson are going to run this thing together. And Chris Kleiman was very emphatic about this. Will Howard is the voice of the team. He is the ultimate leader on this team. So I wouldn't look for him giving up that quarterback position anytime soon. And, Chris Kleiman pointed out this too, and this is very true, that just simply sharing the snaps with the true freshman quarterback shows how selfless Will Howard is. He's not upset. He knows it's for the best of the team. and we saw tonight what those two quarterbacks combined can do to a defense. But mostly, as I said, this is about the K-State defense, because that was lynch mob defense. They threw up the signal for the whole world to see. The defense was really darn good, despite the injuries that have built up on that defense side of the ball, despite being out there and TCU wanted them going as fast as possible. They held up. They held up to the very end of the game. But here's the ultimate stat of the night. Kansas State time of possession, basically 39 minutes to TCU's 21. Onward, the Wildcats go to next week's game. The Houston Cougars coming to town. We'll see if they can handle the Cougars before they head off to Texas to play the Longhorns. We're over the halfway mark of the season now. We'll see what K-State has in store for the rest of the season. But this out there on that football field over there was their best game of the season, and it's coming at the right time.